Welcome, my neighbors, and today have I got something for you. I've got a long barrel air hammer, and if you like to watch me demonstrate the power of this air hammer, taking stuff apart, let me know in the comments. But today we're not talking about this air hammer. We're talking about this one. And this is a real treat, guys, because I picked this up on a road trip out in Kingston. And wow, what is this? This is the Mac AH650. Vintage, I guess vintage meaning probably it was built in the 1980s or 90s. And it's been sitting in someone's probably outdoor shed for more than 20 years. So this bad boy, I don't know too much about it, but take a look at the size. I haven't cleaned it or touched it at all. Look at the size compared to this long barrel hammer. It's obviously comparable in length. It might be a little bit shorter than this one, right? This one's got a bit like a good 3.5-inch stroke on it, despite what its specs are, right? I've actually measured it. But this one is heavy. It is a real tool truck air hammer. Mac tools. Now, check how big the piston, check how big the cylinder is compared to things that you buy from a regular store. I mean, it doesn't look like it on camera, but the size of this barrel is just incredible. And the weight of it, oh yes, this thing is heavy. And when you do any kind of hitting with it, the weight matters, because when it pops back, the weight is actually what's holding holding your arm from getting pushed back. And the heavier it is, the harder impact you can make. So the trouble is, look at all these bits. They're all rusted, really, right? Now this thing probably doesn't work, but you can see the trigger is just jammed solid. But I'm going to try to restore this air hammer, and we're going to try to find out if these tool truck air hammers are literally indestructible. So this was sitting probably for 20 years, I would believe, in someone's rusty water leaking shed. So let's see if we can fix it. So before we do anything to take it apart, I'm just going to give it some old liquid wrench, right? Maybe if I spray it down the air hole here, that it might free up the trigger. That's where it leads to anyways. So give it a good spray down the hole like this. I'm actually running out of liquid wrench. I do have a parts diagram for this. We don't need to take it out yet. Just spray down this this trigger as well. Just condition it a bit, you know. After the 20 years, if I force anything, it probably just break. And I don't think any of these parts are available, so let's just get it all sprayed down. And I am running out of liquid wrench. Oh, there it goes. Let me sound down this hole as well. Oh, there we go. Start moving. Okay, well. So let's see, let's give it a few minutes to soak. And let's see what we can do with it. There's a trigger. I mean, now there's, after a few seconds, it's just already showing a bit more movement than before. But let's just soak it a bit. I'm sure it'll get free. Looking at this air hammer, it's seen its days. It's been used quite a lot. Beat up. Even, oh, the serial number is still on there. I can still see it. Oh, look at this. The handle. Wear safety goggles. I'm very excited, guys. This hammer is a real tool truck hammer. Okay. Oh, that just unscrewed very easily. I don't know. And I can see the filter down there. It's pretty gunky in there. But might as well just... I don't know if any of the spray penetrated, so I'll just get some more. Shoot it down the hole. Put some more in there. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it took it. So let's just wiggle this a bit in and out. This trigger. It might take a lot more convincing than that, but this thing is, I'm not sure if the button itself is plastic or not, but we really might have to take it apart. There's a pin. I have a parts diagram, and I think this pin is what releases the trigger, and we might have to pound that out. So let's just give it a few minutes soak. If it doesn't work, we'll get cracking. Check this out. This is freaky, guys. All I did was take a rubber mallet and whacked it on the back a few times, and listen to it. Listen to it. You hear burping? That's freaky. It's got like frogs in here. And look at that. Look at that. The trigger is freed up. All I did was give it a few taps. And man, look at... And I sprayed down the bottle, the barrel. I don't know if we can see it. Let me try to get a light on that. Let's see if we can get a light on that. So, look down the barrel. Wow. It's like, I mean, I can see it down there. It's pretty hard for you to see it, but it's gunky. But I could see the piston walls. They still look fine. I would probably spray it down with more penetrant, but let's try to see if we can get that piston freed up, because I do hear it's trying to come down, but it's just not making it. So let me just try to take some more liquid wrench, spray it down the hole, and free it up. The barrel actually still looks incredibly good for its age. And this was stuck. This was, again, it's in someone's shed for like 20 years. Okay. Let me try to get some something down there. I feel like I would need to blow this out before actually attaching any air to it, and too much pressure anyways. But now the trigger is actually working, and let's get that piston freed up. Let's stick some stuff in there. Okay, I'm gonna stick this rod up here, this long rod. Let's stick it up the barrel and see if I can feel the piston push back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I just pushed it, and now the piston is sliding. Now, this is good. Now it's got full travel, and I can feel the barrel is smooth inside. So now, okay, this is working. It is already working. Now, let's do this. Before we attach any air to it or anything. Let's measure the length of this barrel, okay? Very curious. So the way I measure the length of the barrel inside is I'm gonna stick that shaft back up into its bore and use a white out mark. So just give you an idea. My Princess Auto long barrel air hammer has a stroke this long, okay? From this white mark to this one here, if you want to see it on the camera, okay? And that's about, it's about a good 3 inches, okay? So let's measure this one. I'm going to use the other side so we don't confuse it, okay? So I'm going to use the other side. So first what I do is, let's stick it back down all the way, okay? So stick this all the way down. And I'm going to use just the edge of this quick adapter as my guide. So I'm going to put a mark right there. Okay. Not too precise, but anyways, put it there. And then I'm going to now flip it over, get the hammer all the way out. Okay. Now, now it's all, the hammer's all the way down. And what I'm going to do is stick this thing back up here and give it, and when I feel there's some kind of like a, you know, when I touch the piston head, I'm just going to mark it. Okay, here's where it is. It's not marking. Okay, there we go. So actually, it looks like the stroke is comparable, but actually it's not quite as long as the Princess Auto hammer. So let me just make sure I got this. Okay. Yeah, there it is. So it's up to here. So let's measure it. Let's measure it with a ruler. So let's do my Princess Auto air hammer first. Between these two marks, you can see here is a good 3.5 inches. Okay. The interesting thing about my Princess Auto air hammer is that it's rated for a stroke that's only 2 5/8 on the box. Okay, so its true spec is actually a lot more powerful. But this is not about the Princess Auto air hammer. I just wanted to get a comparison of this before I try, right? Before I try this Mac. So on the Mac side, let's see what we got in terms of the stroke. Well, what do you know? It's almost exactly the same, 3.5. Now, of course, we're gonna have to hook this up to air and give it a few bursts to see if it, you know, all the internals are working or not. But and I'm fully sure that I'm not going to be able to hit this thing as hard as the Princess Auto air hammer right off the bat, because we do need to recondition some of the stuff inside. So, but let's just give it a try. Let's hook it up to air. So continuing on with our restoration. Actually, between the last scene and this scene, I took a break. I fed in an air hose, put in an air fitting here, and connected to shop air like this. And the adjustable valve here is leaking. So that, I mean, we got to fix that one. We're going to take the O-ring out. So that's what we're going to do. But also, during my last doing some research on this tool, I discovered that this tool in its day was a legend. So as I was editing the video, I decided to fill in some of the research on the tool. Let me walk you through it as you watch me restore it. It might be a fair bit more entertaining. Many air tools now, air hammers, are actually built based on this model. So I'm going to take this valve out. I hope it doesn't spring open. I don't know what's underneath it, but I think there's an O-ring in here. Yeah, there's an O-ring right here. I don't know if you can see it. This is obviously leaking. So we've got to take that out, get another O-ring, and replace it. Let me give you some backstory on this beast of a tool. Let's see. Mac Tools AH650 was forged in the 1990s at the manufacturing plant in Dallas, Texas. This was during the era when Mac's parent company, Stanley, was still pouring American steel into tools meant to last multiple lifetimes. At the time, this hammer was renowned for three things: raw power, surgical precision, and absolute durability. I think that roll pin holds something else. Maybe this is exhaust valve, but look at what's underneath it. It's just a screw in. And everything looks pretty much good in there. The dull gray exterior, that's not just paint. That's Mac's classical industrial finish, designed specifically to resist chemicals, oils, and exhaust. After all, these tools are designed originally to spread exhaust pipes, cut through rusted frames, and dislocating stubborn suspension parts. Okay, I see this. This is a simple mechanism. A stopper pin here stops it from rotating, but I guess when it's open like this, the two holes here let all the air out, right? I think that's how this. I think that's how this tool controls how much air is given to the actual hammer, to the piston. So when this covers it up, it's only half the power, and when it opens, right, when the two holes open, you get all of the power. Now you might wonder why a tool this good was ever discontinued. Well, it wasn't because of a lack of performance. The hard hitting long barrel design was pretty much perfected right here. The AH750, which is the predecessor, was driven by ergonomics, and later the MPH series included composite materials. Well, introduced composite materials. While those newer tools were lighter and cheaper to produce, this tool is basically a 5 pound block of steel. If you ever run out of air, you're swinging it. Most single handed sledgehammers in the shop are only 3 or 4 pounds by comparison. The good thing about this is, well, with this hammer, is like if parts are so easy to find, these everything is standard, which is what I like about this tool. Now, at the time, if you were a mechanic in the 90s, you would remember that this was when the tool truck wars were at their peak. If you weren't swinging with this AH650, you were probably using the Snap-on PH2050 or the Matco MT1716. Those are the fast hitters, but the Mac was a heavy hitter. If I get my hands on one of those tools, I would also do another story on those. But the fact that I have a Mac in my hands 30 years after it was made sure does tell you something. This is a piece of industrial history that our neighbors in the United States can truly be proud of. A tool from the golden age of American manufacturing, before the days of offshoring took over. I don't think I'll be able to get it in there. Might have to go with the brown one. Let's just do a test fitting. Now, where did I get this tool? Well, I bought it off Kijiji in a small rundown town. In this case, I paid the seller more than what it was listed for. Why? Because of the situation and the story behind it. So I drive up to the house and I see the fence broken, siding falling apart, and the roof also falling down. So I ask the owner, "Is your husband a mechanic?" And she says, "No, but his father was." And then so I ask, "Why sell it? Why sell this air hammer?" And she says, "Well, he doesn't need it anymore. He passed away." And at that moment, I didn't think much of it. But now, after doing the research, I understand how legendary this tool really is. This is a tool that a father would pass on to their children, even if they aren't mechanics. Because at the very least, in tough times, this tool could be pawned years and years later. This is the definition of quality. And I did feel bad for the price it was listed for, even though it would be a risk for me if I couldn't restore it. I had a spray bottle somewhere, but I can't find it. So, we use my kids. Well, my kids used to be favorite toys, the bubble maker. Okay, put some bubble water on here. Where is it coming from? Where are you blowing bubbles from? Oh, from underneath here. It's not coming from the O-ring anymore. Looks like not sure if you can see it. I'm not sure if I can see it. Where is it coming from? It's like there's some here. I don't know how that works. Is there like another internal O-ring underneath this turny thing here? Underneath the valve? I'm not sure about this one. Not sure about this one, guys. I see where it's leaking, but is there a seal? There must be another seal. Let's take this part again. Take a look. So I think I got it. I think this assembly slides out, and then the only way it can slide out is if this part, because this end is bigger than this collar here, than the handle, I think you need to punch it this way through. And the only thing that's holding it is the pin right here. So I think I need to punch this one halfway through, or remove the whole thing and just push this whole thing through here. That may reveal some seals underneath it. So let's take a look. And this has a square-headed screwdriver. I'm gonna punch this one out. Where's an air hammer when you need it? Yeah, it's just drivable. Just use the punch. It is coming out. See, the pin is almost all the way out. Okay, we just use a plier to pull it out. So now with the pin out, I think I just take this rubber mallet, just hold it. Okay, it taps right out. So what's in here? What is in here? Ah, I see. It can leak around here because there's another O-ring in here. So let's just pick that out and install a new one. Oh, this is wonderful. This is great fun. Fixing things. Very interesting. Let's just pick it out. Sure, we'll have an O-ring for that. Okay. I don't know, would a hook work better? Let's try a hook. I sure have a hook. Okay, so it does work better. Okay, let's go this way. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, round. Let's go for it. Okay, it's coming out. Spin, 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 spin. Looks like another one of these funny skinny O-rings. Okay, so that one's just nitrile. Clean out the passages around here. Little channel in here. Oh, it's so great. Everything is repairable with these tools. It's just the simplicity makes what makes these tools great. Okay, all clean. So let's find a matching O-ring. Eyeball it. This one, maybe. That one's too fat. These ones are too fat. But maybe they have to come from a nitrile set. Here's my nitrile set. My brown comes from a brown FKM set here. So I know these should fit. I mean, this one looks close. This one looks close. I mean, it looks smaller, but with a little stretch, I think it'll be fine. But in fact, if you see, I think this time I would. In fact, it's better to put a slightly thicker one in there because it fits into here. So, yeah. I think a slightly fatter one. Let's try a fatter one. I always want to try a fatter one. See if it seals a bit better. So, I don't know if you see it, but this one looks close. I mean, let's just give that a try. If it doesn't work, we just remove it, but okay, put it on. It's a little tight. Okay, let's use this one. This one looks even better. Even more promising. Okay, let's fit it on, roll it up. Yeah, I know I can shoehorn it in. I just don't want to. I could make a plastic sleeve and do a shoehorn kind of thing. I just don't feel like it. Okay. Yeah, finally got it into place. Nice and fat one. This is a nice and fat one. Let's put it back in. Well, let's clean the inside first. Okay, clean the inside with some paper first. Cleaned it out. You can see the nice clean inside. So again, I put some silicone on this. Just a little bit. It's gonna go through which way? It's gonna go through this way. So we gotta make sure that all this can slide through. Okay, so put some silicone all the way around here. Okay, now slide it back through. Okay. kind of tight. I don't know if it actually has to seat like this, but I feel like it should seat in there. What if it didn't seat? If it didn't seat, it's too thick. But on the other hand, when I screw this thing into the handle, that should hold the tension up against the handle. This should actually try to crush in. So I'm not concerned. It would probably seal. It'd probably seal all right. I'm gonna give that a try. Okay, let's silicone this up. I'm gonna put the pin back in. Oh yeah, you know what? If the thing doesn't go all the way in, what will happen is that won't be able to open up the valve all the way. That's the issue. Okay, so it does have to seat all the way in there. It's just whether or not we can push it in. Whether or not we can push it in. Okay, maybe some more silicone. Okay, I put it back in with a smaller O-ring. Now I'll just drive the pin back in. I don't know if it will seal, but I'm gonna try. Right? Alright, let's drive this pin through. Spin this a little bit. Okay. Maybe this pin's a little bit. Oh, okay, they're different on each side. I think this is actually indexed, this pin. So we'll only go in one side. Alright, I think it's actually like this. I don't think it's not like it matters too much. We'll just hit it home. Hit it into there. As long as it stays. Well, maybe it does. I don't know if it matters. I don't want to damage this thing. I can't tell. Okay. Well, let's just put it like this. This way, it kind of goes through. But that'd be the wrong way for sure. Maximum air, minimum air, right? So this one has to be driven this way. That's my inclination. It's driven this way. The pin is driven in this side. So let's just drive it through. Okay, tap time. Just needs to go a little bit more. It's not supposed to go all the way in. I should have got that punch set. Oh, I gotta get a flat or something bigger. So let's get it back in. Get some grease in here. Some silicone. At the edge here. Seat that O-ring in there nice. Okay, put it back in. Thread it back in now. Hopefully it should not leak. Some nice grease here, shouldn't leak, and then we'll use our wrench to twist it back in. There we are. I feel like not too tight, but it's bottomed out now. So let's see if it's leaking. Oh yeah, no more leaks. I don't hear any sounds. But then again, I only have 40 psi attached to this. So, okay, it is working. Just 40 psi. Okay, the air valve is working. Okay, at 40 psi, it's already snapping. Okay, I filled it. This is about 90 psi. Actually, it's about 100 static pressure. So as you can see, there's no more leaking, and I don't hear leaking. That sound is just from my compressor's regulator valve releasing the pressure. But now it doesn't leak. Oh, I feel good things in the future. In an upcoming video, we can put the two hammers head to head. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe and see you in the next one.